What happens when a country music legend meets morning TV chaos? Today, we're looking at one of the most shocking moments in recent talk show history, when Reba McEntire, the queen of country herself, reached her limit during what was supposed to be a friendly interview on Today with Jenna and Friends. What began as a simple promotion for her new project quickly turned into a heated on-air clash that left the studio stunned and Reba storming off set. Before we dive into what really went down, make sure to hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts about celebrity interviews that go off the rails. You'll want to stick around because this one is unforgettable. The day started like any other at the Today Show studios. Reba had arrived to discuss her upcoming tour and latest music. Jenna Bush Hager was filling in as host, joined by a panel of co-hosts for what was expected to be a cheerful, relaxed segment. The cameras were rolling, the audience was ready, and everything seemed normal as Jenna opened the show with her practiced TV smile. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Today with Jenna and Friends. I'm thrilled to have country music legend Reba McEntire here with us. Her voice was bright and polished. Reba, thank you so much for joining us. You look absolutely stunning as always. Reba smiled politely, though she already sensed something in Jenna's tone felt different. Thank you for having me, Jenna. It's always great to be here, she replied. Jenna continued, Now, Reba, we'll get to your new tour soon, but first I have to ask. There's been some buzz in country music about staying true to tradition. Some critics say certain artists, even longtime ones, have been shifting toward mainstream sounds. How do you respond to that? The question hit like a thunderbolt. Reba's smile froze, her eyes narrowing slightly. This wasn't what she had agreed to discuss. The friendly chat her team arranged had just turned into an ambush. I'm sorry, Reba said, her voice calm but sharp. Are you suggesting I've turned my back on country music? Jenna seemed to realize she had stepped into dangerous territory but pressed on. Oh no, not at all. I'm just curious about how you see country music evolving, and whether you feel any pressure to change your sound. Some of your recent collaborations are quite different from your classic style. One of the co-hosts nervously laughed. Maybe we should talk about the tour dates, she offered, trying to steer the conversation back. But Reba wasn't about to let it slide. She had faced critics her entire career, and she wasn't about to be lectured by someone who had never picked up a microphone. So let me get this straight, she said, leaning forward. You invited me here to promote my music, but now you're questioning my integrity? You're implying I sold out? That's not what I said, Jenna protested, but her tone betrayed her. Meaningful conversation? Reba repeated, her voice rising. Honey, I've been making music since before you were born. I've sold over 56 million albums and stayed true to my roots every step of the way. If you're going to question my authenticity, you better have your facts straight. The tension was thick. Camera operators exchanged nervous glances while producers whispered frantically into headsets. Jenna tried to recover. Reba, I think this is a misunderstanding. I respect your career deeply. Oh, is that what that was? Reba shot back. Because it sure sounded like you came with a list of gotcha questions. Is this what counts as journalism now? The co-host tried again to diffuse the situation. Ladies, maybe we can take a step back and talk about your new songs. But Reba wasn't done. Decades of professionalism had built up patience, but that patience was gone. Genuine curiosity? Reba laughed coldly. I know the difference between curiosity and a setup. Why did your producers think it was smart to blindside me with nonsense when I came here in good faith? Another co-host jumped in. Reba, we're all huge fans. I think what Jenna meant was just how country music has changed. I'm happy to talk about evolution, Reba said firmly. But questioning my values isn't evolution. That's a character attack, Jenna tried to push forward. But you must understand why some fans feel country has lost its authenticity. Some artists today barely sound country. That was the wrong thing to say. Reba's eyes went cold. Are you comparing me to them? Because if you are, you haven't done your homework. I've fought to keep country real while others just read from teleprompters. The jab landed hard. Jenna's face turned red. That's uncalled for, Reba. I'm a professional journalist. Reba gestured around the studio. This isn't Meet the Press, sweetheart. It's a morning show. I came here to entertain, not to be ambushed for your highlight reel. The tension was unbearable. One host whispered, Maybe a commercial break. But Reba shook her head. No, let's keep going. Let's talk about the authenticity of tricking guests with pre-planned attacks. Jenna snapped. I don't need to clear my questions with your team. This is journalism. Hard questions? Reba's laugh was icy. You want hard questions? How about why morning TV has turned into clickbait? Why drama matters more than real conversation? The studio was chaos. Producers gestured wildly, unsure what to do. Jenna, realizing she was losing, tried to reset. Look, Reba, can we start over? Start over? Reba shook her head. You don't get to insult me and then ask for a redo. That's not how the real world works. The co-host tried again. Reba, we really do respect you. Respect? Reba replied. You call this respect? I'd hate to see how you treat people you don't respect. Jenna, desperate, said, I have a responsibility to ask what viewers want. Reba's face went still. Your viewers? Let me tell you something, little girl. I've been connecting with audiences longer than you've been alive. They don't want this. They want honesty and heart, not fake drama. The silence was deafening. You know what? Reba said finally. I came here out of courtesy to promote my tour. But let me tell you, this isn't a real show. A real show is what I do in front of 50,000 people. This, she gestured around, is just TV. Jenna stood too, defensive. You're being disrespectful. We invited you here. A platform? Reba laughed. Honey, I don't need your platform. I built my own, with hard work and talent, not by reading from a teleprompter. Please, the male co-host begged. We're live, let's calm down. Oh, we're live? Reba replied coolly. Then let me give your viewers something worth remembering. This is what happens when you mistake kindness for weakness. Jenna stepped closer, trembling with anger. You can't talk to me like that. I've done TV for years. Oh, then you must be an expert, Reba mocked. Did they teach you how to respect guests or just how to stir drama? The co-host pleaded. Please, both of you. A professional doesn't ambush guests, Reba snapped. And when they do, they own it. You're acting like a diva, Jenna blurted. That word changed everything. Reba's voice dropped low. Diva? That's what you call a woman who refuses to be disrespected. A diva shows up prepared, treats people with kindness until they prove unworthy, and stands up when crossed. If that's what a diva is, then I'm proud to be one. I was just doing my job, Jenna mumbled. Your job, Reba said sharply, is to entertain and inform, not attack. Maybe you need a new job. Let's all take a breath, the co-host tried. Reba shook her head. You're right. Emotions are high. They should be. I've spent 40 years in this business without compromising once. Well, maybe that's the problem, Jenna snapped. Maybe you're too set in your ways. Reba froze. Too set in my ways? She repeated softly. I'm set in the ways of respect, honesty, and hard work. If that's outdated, then I'm proud to be old-fashioned. Then she stood up. We're done here. Reba, wait. Jenna called out, panic in her voice. Oh, we're finished, Reba said, turning back. We were done when you chose drama over decency. Please don't go, the co-host begged. Some things can't be fixed, Reba said. Once a bridge is burned, it's gone. And then, in one of the most iconic live TV moments ever, Reba unclipped her microphone and let it drop to the floor with a hard thud. The studio froze. Jenna's mouth opened, but no sound came. The cameras kept rolling. As Reba walked toward the exit, she looked back once. You know what's sad? She said, loud enough for all to hear. I used to respect this show. I thought it stood for something. Guess I was wrong. Reba, you're embarrassing yourself, Jenna shouted. Embarrassing myself? Reba laughed. The only embarrassment here is watching people act like children on national TV. Facing the camera, she said clearly, to everyone who supports me, thank you. I'll never trade my integrity for headlines, not for labels, not for networks, not for anyone. She paused at the studio door. I came here to talk about my music, not to be disrespected. Maybe next time, try leading with kindness. And with that, Reba McEntire walked out, leaving behind a stunned set and a shattered morning show. When the cameras finally cut to commercial, no one moved. Jenna slumped in her chair, realizing she had just lost a public showdown with one of music's biggest icons. What just happened? Her co-host whispered. What happened was simple. Reba McEntire reminded everyone that respect isn't negotiable, integrity can't be staged, and even live TV can't fake authenticity.